And they still take care of me. When I went to Nitra's event, I got Max to go with me, and whenever I left the hotel, Max left the hotel with me. Never was I alone. Candy picked me up from the airport. She doesn't even go to Dallas-Fort Worth Airport, but she came and picked me up. And I never left their side. I was with one or the other or both. When I went to Nitra's house that night, I stuck to Candy and Max like glue. And Kevin Brown will tell you that, because he noticed that I'm with somebody and I stick to them. I really do. And that's what I have done. I stuck to them. And y'all, thank you for all the gifts. Thank you so much. Y'all know this is hard for me, but like Dr. Duchess said, walk through the storm. And I'm walking through this storm. I am. But Kevin can come up here and tell you. And even when we went to Nitra's event at the bar, right there, Max, entire time. Every time I left my hotel room, I met Max in the lobby. Never left me, ever. Neither did Candy. Whole time. We went to the party that night. Saturday night, Max and Candy right by my side. One on one side of me, one on the other side of me. So y'all don't understand that I cling to people, and I do, and people protect me. Hey, Max. Go ahead, Max. I'll take a break.
Yes. If folks don't know, I'm very close to Poetic, and I've discovered over time how she is a wonderful and genuine person, and she doesn't really give herself enough credit for what she does and who she helps. But I'm here to always make sure that she knows that she's loved, protected, and we do appreciate her.
Well, thank you, Max, and thank you for always being there. I appreciate you. You know, there's a saying that people say on here. They say you stay ready so you never have to get ready. My saying is stay humble so you never have to be humbled. That's my saying. I think of others above me, anybody. I don't care what type of person you are, what you've been through in life. I stay humble and I put everybody before me. Everybody.
Say it again, Poetic. Say that humble sentence again, please. Because people need a spoonful of it, and sometimes they need a choke on it a little bit. So please say it again.
People often say you stay ready so you don't have to get ready. But my saying is you stay humble so you don't have to be humble. And I have honestly been humble. Humble. I don't have to be humble because I'm already humble. Y'all just don't know. If y'all really knew me, if y'all took the time to know me and not judge me, you would know what type of person I am. So all the mean messages I've been getting, especially from some of the men, you can get a chance anyways. Your phone number in there, never called it. Never had a chance anyways. So you can keep your hateful comments to yourself. I do have to say that Slim gave me my life back, y'all. Y'all just don't know. He can't even save his own life, but he gave me my life back. I sat in this house alone. Half of it's empty, talking to myself. Nobody else. And Kim is, I think Kim mods for Bray. Y'all know Kim. Kim has been my friend for over 40 years. Kim know how I am, what type of person I am. She knows that I have been the same person my whole life. Never been in the spotlight, never been one to stand out. Same person my whole life. But Slim did give me my life back. Brought me out of a depression. It was after COVID, you know. I stayed in the house even after COVID. Never left the house other than work. That's it. To this very day, I still have a hard time leaving the house. But he saw me as an individual, as a human. And though he's mad disrespectful and I'm really angry at him, And I felt like he was disloyal, and I felt like it was betrayal, and it hurt like you wouldn't believe. But yeah, he gave me my voice back, and he took off my neck because I walk around and just walk around in pain on this app. Nabby knows it, Theory knows it, everybody on this panel, they know it. They know what I go through. Okay. Hey, Chastity.
Good morning, Poetic. What's going on?
Hey.
What's going on? Pop your shit. Poetic, what you doing? You just up here, we talking about this mess. Hey, check this out. Who give a fuck? Who gives a hot ass? They out here selling ass. They've been selling ass on this internet for a while. You already know that, don't you? I don't even know why we up here explaining this stuff. So what? So what? All this stuff, we done found out these jokers be flying, coming in, coming out, coming on, all this stuff, and they worry about what you got. So you got the money to do it. You do what you want to do, Stella. Get your groove back, girl. Get some more. Go get you some more. Shit. Well, let me tell you what I'm finna do. I'm turning 50 soon. I'm ready. Do the world. Do the world. Ain't that what we supposed to be doing? What is we doing? If you gonna live or you gonna be living? If you just gonna live, you gonna barely do it. But if you're gonna be living, you gonna live the experience. Live your experience. Don't worry about these people. Tell these people, kiss your ass, girl, and go get you it. It's people around here getting asked to get some. I just don't understand what the problem is. And then they want to tell on somebody. What did he tell? What did he tell? What did you lose? What did you lose, Poetic? Nothing. Nothing. I know people gamble every day. We got a casino up here where I live at. These people give almost half their life savings away to a machine. Ain't gonna talk to them, ain't gonna do nothing with them, nothing. And if you got somebody up, during COVID, people went through a whole bunch of stuff. Some people lost their mind. At the beginning of this year, almost 8,000 people done already off themselves because they didn't. And you had a chance to live. And I could see if you was doing something we wasn't doing. I could see that. But you was doing something everybody doing. Everybody want to live the experience. You don't need to advocate for nobody but Poetic. You don't owe nobody nothing. Hell, 50 years old, the only thing we ain't been in is the jail. What else is we gonna do?
I'm 57.
You see what I'm saying? What is we gonna do? Either we gonna teach them or we not gonna teach them. Which one we gonna do? I just don't want you to have to express yourself to nobody because you don't owe nobody nothing. If somebody felt like they wanted to say something, let them say whatever they want to say. Right. He can say whatever he want to say, but I want to let you know something. That don't stop you. This is your world. The world is yours. Get out here and get it. If you want a little piece of the world, you stay over there and pull up that plant. But if you really want something, go to Pokio and go over there and pull up some of that sand. You don't have to express and advocate for nobody but Poetic. You don't owe nobody nothing on this internet. So you help somebody. So what?
Thank you.
Keep your head up, keep on going. I'm glad to see you. Glad to see you back out here. Pop your stuff. OG! Girl, they made a movie about Stella got a groove back and then they still mad about it. Ain't that something?
I love you, Chastity.
I love you more, girl. Have a good day.
You too.
My Lord.
I think Dr. Duchess wanted to come up, boss man. Is she down there? I'm not sure. Is she down there? Oh, she's private? Whoops. I think I accepted the wrong person. I tried to accept you, Dr. Oh, there you go.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm so happy to see you. I am so thrilled to see you. You literally brought tears to my eyes. And I don't cry easily. But I feel tearful because I feel proud. I feel so proud of you because I do know you. I've been watching you for months. I've been listening to your story for months. And I think you are an amazing amazing, beautiful young woman.
Thank you.
And I really, when I heard the nonsense that I heard after I settled down in my mind, because sometimes we helpers, that's what you call the people in my field. We helpers have to go somewhere and we have to process what we've taken in. I realized too that that person had done you a favor. That person that sometimes in the midst of the storm, we want to just sit there. We want to lie there in the storm. We want to go run for cover. We want to hide. Sometimes, well, I've been telling people this for 40 years. In January was my 40th anniversary. And I've been telling people for 40 years, the only way to get through a storm is to walk through it. You have to walk through the storm. You can lie down. You can kick and scream and holler. You can feel sorry for yourself. You can internalize all that pain, or you can stand up and walk through it. And it takes real courage, Poetic, to walk through a storm. Most people's lives are destroyed, not by what someone does to them, but how they react to what someone does to them. We cannot stop people from trying to hurt us. We cannot stop people from trying to mistreat us. We are in charge of our response to the treatment. I don't always advocate being humble, okay? Because after 40 years of doing this, I have seen the most humble people on God's earth get victimized again and again and again. Because many times humility is taken as weakness. You are not weak. You are stronger than you know because of what you have gone through. You've just never given yourself credit for it. You have never given yourself credit for all the pain and trauma that you have overcome since you came into this world. Because I have heard you tell your story. And I know that you've been through a great deal of trauma that a lot of us have been through. Black folk have been through, but they're not going to admit it because it takes guts to admit that someone has abused you, that someone has traumatized you, that someone has tried to destroy you. And what I hope for you, when I say walk through the storm, I mean that. No matter what that storm is. Because every day there are storms coming into our lives. They come and they go. How we react to them is what will ultimately define us. You have to hold your head up as a Black professional woman in this world. You did not get where you got easily, because no Black woman gets anywhere near the top without a fight, without a struggle. And sometimes the people we most have to fight are the ones who are supposed to love us the most. Our own families.
Yeah.
The very people who will say, I love you, will turn around and attempt to destroy you. The very people that God gave us to protect us will abuse us. I don't advocate all that humbleness. And at 66 years old, I am not damn humble. I will not be humble. The only somebody that can humble me is God himself. And he does on a daily basis tell me when I have moved badly, when I have reacted badly. But you know what the beautiful thing about God humbling me is that God also extends me grace. God keeps on loving me. God does not turn his back on you. I was so proud to see you because you're one of the few Black women I have seen on TikTok that I would love to have in my life on a day-to-day basis. You're one of the few Black women I've seen that carries your dignity and your beauty and your pride so well. You make me proud every time I see you. And what I hope for you, baby girl, is that by the time you're my age, you too will be at that point where you will say, fuck y'all. I love you.
I love you too. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I do. Coach, and then I'll go to theory. Because I know Coach has to leave at 10.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I have a board meeting I need to get to. But I do want to say, when you were talking earlier, I wrote this down. I was actually going to just send it to you, but I'll just say it to you publicly here. Your strength, your presence, just your presence, your resilience, as you're sharing your story. And again, this is why so many people connect with so many things that you share, because as many have already discussed this, a lot of your journey touches people right where they have been as well. So I hear the words that you're saying, but one of my challenges is this: a lot of things that you're saying, I don't see that in you, right? That you're viewing yourself in a particular way. And sometimes we need spaces like this. We need individuals that will pour into us because we have blind spots. And one of the blind spots is, I don't think you fully recognize, let's see, put this in the comments. Yes, humility is how you see yourself, but meekness is when you have this quiet strength. You have this strength and this power, and you know how to use it in such a way not to destroy someone else, but you over and over and over again. Like I said earlier, yeah, you may clap back every now and again. That is the human thing to do, especially when your buttons have been pushed, you've been put up against the wall. But we watch you over and over and over demonstrate meekness. And that is where I could destroy, where I could open up my mouth and tear a person down and do all the other ugly things that others may do. You resolve within yourself to say, no, I'm going to try to continue to build others. So that resilience in you, your transparency, these are qualities and attributes that you have, and it makes other people feel uncomfortable about themselves, right? And so to make sometimes others feel comfortable about themselves, they want to try to bring you to a level where they are. But, and again, this is not just some motivational speech. This is the truth. As Dr. Duchess said, Dr. Duchess, I got to do it one more time since you're in the panel. Dr. Duchess. But as Dr. Duchess says, walk through your storm. Keep on going, right? Don't come down from where you are. And just keep going. It does not mean that we don't take blows. It does not mean that we don't, get wounded. It doesn't mean that we don't get bit by the hands that we feed. And I'm not calling anybody a dog, but that we help, as Dr. Dutch said, and others, that we are people facing. We are helpers. And sometimes the very ones that we help are the ones that, in whatever ways, because of their own issues too, they may turn, but it doesn't stop us from helping, right? Even in the medical, sense, like, hey, I mean, we could talk about that all day. You probably had topics from this that will go on for the next 3 months, because this work is not easy, and what you do is not easy to do. And so I call them poolside experts. A lot of people sit on the side of the pool. They never get in the pool. They never get in the water, but they want to tell you how to do the backstroke. They want to tell you everything to do, and they're just calling the shots. But there's some who actually are in these spaces, and we're treading water, right? And we're doing everything we can to keep our head above water. And sometimes others may not see that. So someone told me this years ago, and I'm going to say this to you. And then, like I said, I got to drop because I got to get to this board meeting.
Okay.
I tell other people this: don't let my favor frustrate you. The favor of God that is working in my life, the favor that I carry, the favor that I walk in, please don't let that frustrate you. And if that person does, that is personal to them or the individual or the group or whomever those people may be. That is personal to them. That is not my problem. You keep on walking in the favor. You said, gosh, I don't have time to really unpack that. Maybe I will at some point, Poetic. But, we all are the benefactors of grace. The fact that we wake up and we still have, as the old saints would say, activity of our limbs and all of that articulation of speech, that's all a measure of grace that has been extended. But I want to tell you, you have a double portion of that grace. because of all the ability that you have. Your intellect, all of those positive things that you carry, that's grace, that's favor. Because the reality is somebody else does not have that. And so you were favored and trusted enough to be able to carry this. And we talk a lot about the crowns, and they say, Queen, don't tilt your crown. That's favor. And so you wear the crown, you wear it very well. And so today, along with others, we celebrate you. I am proud of you. When we talked the other day and you said, well, I am going to go live Saturday. And I said, well, let me know what you need me to do. When you asked me to be here with you, I'm going to rock with you. Right. And we're going to stand with you and we're going to go the distance. And I'm so glad and so grateful for all the support. And let me say this, clear my throat when I say it. The 1.5K, there may be some here who, yes, have other motives. But I want to believe, if the glass is half full, half empty, I want to believe that there's some people in this room who are listening to your story. And as I think, I can't remember who said it today, that sometimes these things help you. Sometimes these things put us in a different, it's when you take a stumbling block and you make it a stepping stone. And so it's up to you to take this and flip it and use it in such a way to say, you know what, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to rise above it. On the back end, you have a lot of support, but there are people here who definitely, do have your support. All right. So I guess I will land my plane there. God, leave these comments, boy. I tell you, it's something else, y'all. Have a good day.
You too, Coach. Thank you. You guys, the reason why the people that are on my panel, these people have been the people that have been with me behind the scenes. They have withered the storm with me. And so it's not a coddling session. These people have been here and they know what I've been through. So that's why you see the people on the panel that you see. Go ahead, Theory.
Well, let me just say this. I do want to applaud you in this moment because your openness is really a sign of strength. And as I've shared with you, continue to see who surrounds you. There will be those of us that realize the weight, the heaviness of this hurt is sometimes too hard for you to even lift your arms. And that should be our role, is to lift your arms for you. We'll continue to listen without judgment. We'll validate your feelings. We're going to always offer empathy and understanding. And sometimes we may just have to sit in silence with you. But just know that we see your feelings are valid. We're not going anywhere. As you go through this emotional journey, just know that our goal is to get you back to a sense of peace and well-being. And we'll be here for that.
Thank you. Nevi?
As I've been listening to you and everyone, there's a few points that I wrote down that I wanted to address. You said in regards to, I heard you when you said about fall from grace because someone mentioned about, you being a disappointment. And the reality is that's a little bit of projection, right? Because you didn't ask anybody. You didn't send a message to nobody saying, put me on a pedestal because that's where I belong. They put you there. And the reality is that when I say we, because I've done this, when we put people on that pedestal, we are putting a version of ourselves that we wish we were, right? We put them there because we want to see something that we failed, and I'm going to use that word, failed to reach something that for some reason we couldn't get to. So when that person shows you that they're human, right? Then you get disappointed. Again, that's a projection. That's something you did. So every mofo that was in your DMs and had messages and told you you were a disappointment, they have been a disappointment to themselves their entire lives. That's one. Another one is about not having a home and moving around in spaces. The truth is, we all do that. And again, more than likely the people saying this are the people who do it on a regular basis. But oftentimes we find ourselves that they cannot look in that mirror and catch what they don't like about themselves. So they're absolutely going to point it out in somebody else, because it's easier to attack somebody else than it is to attack themselves out loud. And I know it was referred to as a drizzle and a storm. And in all honesty, it's not. You know why? Because Chastity said it best. This is your private moment. This is about you. Nobody else was in there. I don't recall being there. Nobody else was there. This was just this is something you did. This is your privacy, whether it is true, whether it is not true, whether it is 20, 40, it don't matter. This is about you. Nobody else has the right to say and go through your log of whoever you have been with and say, let's talk about this. No, because you weren't there. This is about you. And you mentioned something, and I'm not going to lie to you, Poetic, when you said it, I heard nails on a chalkboard when you gave him credit about giving your voice back. And I know I can't take that from you. And probably more so, I might be projecting when I say this. I won't give him that kind of credit. And the reason I say that is because this was always within you. Somehow I think you thought you were looking for permission, and the reality is that this strength that you have has always been there. It's just been dormant. Everything that is going on now with you in the current, being able to do this every Saturday, being able to help people, that is your strength. No one gave it to you. That voice that you have always had it. You didn't need nobody's permission, nobody's help, nobody's nothing. Nobody deserves that level of credit. When clients tell me, you helped me this, you helped me that, immediately the answer is no, I did not. All I did was be the guide and point you in the direction, and you decided to do the work. You did. I don't do that, because when people walk away from you, they go to their lives. They don't live your life. You shouldn't give nobody that level of credit, because that work is you. Even us telling you all of this, it doesn't matter, right? Because it is you who's taking it and doing something with it. All I can do is place it at your feet. But I do not deserve, or any one of us deserve, that level of credit. If you choose to say thank you, okay, I'll take that, but never anything else, because it is you and your strength. I'll mute.
Thank you. Miss Nature, I have to say thank you to you, because there were many times when I wanted to quit doing my show, and you would call just out of nowhere. And I really believe it was intervention. And you would tell me, I need to keep going. I need to keep going. You do a good thing. And you have promoted on your show for free. Multiple times you have promoted. You've never charged me anything. And we were dueling one day, and you said, you want me to shut my live down and come over there? And I'm like, no, just in my mods over here. That was it. But you have been a big supporter of my platform, and I really appreciate you. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. And it has nothing to do with the $750 you gave me and Boss Man, because we gave every bit of it away plus some. But it was because you seriously have been there as a true supporter for me. And I know that you have conflict with different, creators, and I, am in those creator spaces, and I'm in your space, and you don't like those creators, but never have you said to me, I need to choose. You either on that side or that side. And I appreciate that, because I've never had to say, okay, I'm going to stop going here because of you. Never had to do that. And so I really appreciate you. I have had my own platform before I came over to FOE, but FOE has been some huge supporters, and FOE, y'all have texted me, y'all have emailed me, y'all have been in my DMs, and I couldn't even read all of the messages. I hate that I focused on the negative ones, because FOE shows so much love, and I really appreciate you, Miss Nitra.
I love you, Poetic.
You too.
I do. And I just know, just from the time that we've shared it as friends, that I just know you're a good person. And I believe a lot of us in life, our duty is to remind ourselves that none of us are perfect. And as I said earlier, and I'm going to say it again, because I don't have many words today, because just to see you, it spoke for itself. I think that God has done what he was supposed to do. And I think that your strength is going to be in you seeing you on this screen. Like today, you're in the mirror and looking at yourself in that mirror. You don't look like what you've been through, baby. You're 57 years old. Your children are grown. You have a home. You have friends. And you will rise. Like I'm looking at you in the mirror like you don't look like what you've been through. And so I'm going to say this again. The numbers in this room are the numbers that come after the death. And that's just all I see today. That's all I heard when I got out my bed when they called, and I got out the bed and I came in the room. It was already 1,500 people in here. I said, wow, look at the numbers after the death. But you have lived and you are living. And just because man counted you out does not mean God did. You hear me? So when these numbers drop back down to your 100 or your 200 or whatever, just know that that's what happens in life when death comes. They storm you, they surround you, they spectate. But when you need them, they are gone. But there are going to be still people here for you after this storm, after the death, after what they thought killed you. And that's the sad part. Can't nobody do nothing to you but God. So just be encouraged. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm not going to let you quit. We need the education. Like, because of you and MC, because I'm scared of what the internet will take us from, saying promoting. But you have helped so many people be healthy. And we need that. We need it. Shoot, you my doctor. Okay? And I just appreciate that. And I appreciate you don't have to tell us nothing. You don't have to warn us. And a lot of people gonna hate today that they let a good friend slip away. But I thank God that you found me in the slide.
Thank you.
And boss man, thank you y'all for being here for her, because she is a shy person and she's not a person to come out here and do this. And you don't ever have to do this again.
No.
That's another thing I want to say. I'm like Navi said, you don't never have to do this again.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I love you.
I love you too. And I never will. Let me tell you guys about finances. You guys have talked about me supporting somebody. That's so far from the truth. I can't even tell you how far from the truth that is. I don't support anybody but myself. Like I said, I work 24 hours a week. That's it. Because of my lupus, because of my health condition, 24 hours a week. That's how much I work. I do run the business, but 24 hours. I can't type too long. I can't write too long. My hands cramp up. My joints cramp up. I've been in a lot of pain. I don't take pain medications. I try to do things naturally, but 24 hours, that's it. So how am I going to take care of somebody and I have my own mortgage and my own car payment? How am I going to take care of somebody? Come on, my medication alone is $600 a month. So be real. That's just ridiculous. I don't even know what to say about that. But hey, T-Mac.
Hey, Poetic, it took all I had not to press that plus button. I was going to stay downstairs. So, I love you. I'm not going to say, I don't have to say that in front of everybody. I fought for you when I don't even fight, so I think everybody knows how much I love you. But I just came up here to say one thing. To the 1,400 people in here, Poetic will be back next Saturday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please, if you want to prove that you weren't here for the mess, then come back next week and every Saturday after that. That's all I have to say. I love you, Poetic. I love you, Poetic. I love you, Poetic. You are one of the strongest people I know. And given what Navi said, I still have to say it. You have given me life. And that's it. I'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you. I appreciate it, T-Mac. I do want y'all to know I'm not a victim at all. I'm not a victim. I'm not asking for empathy. I'm not asking for y'all to go light when y'all have y'all lives and recaps. Whatever y'all say is what y'all say. All I ask is that you just block me from the space. Just block me. That's it. That's the only thing I request is that you block me, because I don't want it, and I don't want people sharing stuff to me. I don't want y'all sending me DMs, texts of what other people said. I don't care. I really don't care what they say about me. Nothing is going to change the person I am, which I'm trying to see myself in a different light. And that is extremely hard for me because of the way that I grew up being basically nobody. And so that's how I live my whole life. Nobody's nobody. But I want to be poetic. I do. I want to be Arena. Arena's my name, and that's what I want to be. And that's what I want you to see me for. I don't want you to see me for whatever you see on the internet or whatever you perceive to be or you think I am, because that's not who I am. DJ, you
I
have been
want
up
to
here
say,
twice. Go ahead, Dr. Duchess.
I wanted to say this to you, dear. When I look at you, I do not see a victim.
No.
I do not. Even before this happened, I did not see a victim. I saw a beautiful Black woman that has fought her way through trauma to accomplish really good things in her life and tried to give it back to her community. That's what I saw. I know what I see because I'm that woman. I'm just an older version of you. I am stronger. I am tougher. I've been through the same kind of mess that you've been through. But I have learned. I came to 40 years in January in what I do. And I have learned. There was a time when I was sweet and kind like you. I got over that about 20 years ago. I got over that. I don't think you are yet who you're going to be. I think you're on your way. And I will celebrate you every step of the way. I'm not the whispering kind, okay? Because I know that as a Black woman, the way we have to navigate through this world, it's not like no other group of women. And we can't always navigate with a sweet little soft little voice because we don't always get heard until we stand tall, we speak loud, and we might even have to use some cuss words. But we get heard because we have the right to be heard. You have the right to be heard. You have the right to stand tall. You have the right to be proud of all your accomplishments. You don't have to, as Chastity said, you don't owe anybody an explanation about your personal life. You just need to keep walking, I'm going to say it again, through the storm. Anything that tries to diminish us, that tries to break us down, that tries to destroy us is a temporary storm. And we have to walk through that storm. We have ancestries of Black women who have shown us through the past, Poetic, how to walk through the storm. We walk on those women's shoulders because they already showed us, because they already walked through those storms. And some of their storms was worse than ours, that enable us, you and me, to have these professional titles, to be able to live on our own. I have a husband. I'm very blessed to have a wonderful husband. But here's the deal. If I had to tomorrow, I know I could do it on my own. I know that I could stand alone with the grace of the Lord, because I am standing on the shoulders of a lot of Black women who showed me how to walk through the storm. I'm not the whispering kind. I don't intend to whisper on TikTok. When I talk, I intend to be heard. I love you, baby girl. If you ever need me in any kind of way, and I mean anything, all you have to do is ask. Because my words, when I speak, I mean every damn thing I say. Don't care who like it,
Right.
but I am authentic. If you ever need me for any reason, just reach out and I'll be there.
Thank you, Dr. Duchess. I appreciate you. I really do. Hey, Dr. J.
Hey, Poetic, how are you today? Listen,
In
I
my
think it's
therapy session.
and that listen, a couple of things that's come to my mind. First and foremost, I think that you are a genuine and amazing person, and I want to believe that authentically you have come to realize that I value who you are and what you bring. So thank you for that. So I was thinking about some of the comments or some things, some words, resilience, tenacity, encouragement. Those things stick out. But what came to my mind was the term the residue, and the residue has to do with the aftermath. When this live is over, when you are alone, and when you need that strength, there is a residue. Any and everything that we've been through, there's always an aftermath. There's always the little crumbles of those things that have a direct impact on us. That's just being very transparent. So just the idea of resilience. I just want to read it because it's what you exemplifies, and it'll help you understand what create resilience from a psychological perspective, that is. And so resilience is the psychological quality that allows someone, poetic, to be perhaps knocked down by adversaries of life and comments, but there's always a comeback. And you come back stronger than before. Rather than letting difficulties, trauma, events, failures, anything of that overcome you, you find the strength to resolve. It's called resilience. You find a way to persevere and you continue to move forward in your goal. You do just that because that is who you are. There's a concept that is called borrowed faith. And just because we have it, sometimes people have a glare and they can't see it. But I invite you, I extend my faith and my encouragement to you until you identify with yours all over again and start to walk in it like you always do, because it is there. Do not go for the self-fulfilling prophecy, because you're none of the shit that the people say you are. You are who you are. And because of the residue, and it's going to be there, those comments that you're raising, perhaps you need to delete each and every one of them. There have been so many amazing people who have poured into you. Recall those things and remember those things, because those are the things that identify who you are. And this is the last thing I'm going to say, and this is the truth. Will carry a bone. You and everybody else can do what you want to do with that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're right. That is so true. I really appreciate those words. I do. I appreciate the words from all of you. Like I said, this has been a tough week for me. It has. And I do feel liberated. I feel like I have been, and Navi said, I had a voice, and I do. I just feel like the foot's off my neck, and I feel like I can breathe. I feel like I can, breathe, y'all. I do. And this is who I am. There's nothing else. I'm not going to have people come up and ask me questions, and I'm not going to cover this subject again and have this topic again, or I'm just not. I'm going to go back to my normal shows every Saturday discussing health. I'm not going to give into it. The people like on my panel, these people have been supporting me through thick and thin. They know what I've been through the last 3 days, and I've been through this lupus flare up. My lupus warriors out there, y'all know that. But and all these people in here, 1,200 of y'all. Well, I'm gonna say 300 of y'all in here for Nietzsche, because y'all follow Nietzsche. Maybe 400 y'all, but the rest of y'all don't come here, and that's okay. It really is okay, because I know my purpose. Like I said, I stay humble so I don't have to be humbled. And my purpose is to give back, and I do it every Saturday, and I'm going to continue to do it. I did delete my account, but I'm like, nope, I'm not giving up on myself. So if you choose to give up on me, that's fine. Those that say that I'm tainted, I'm disappointing, you thought more of me, damn shame. block me. I wanted you to hear this live. That's why I didn't block you, but block me. Because you pathetic hoe ass niggas is the same ones that been sending me their numbers and then have the nerve to say something to cut me, push me down. I already was hurt. I mean, really. So what was you going to do? Just step on my neck even more? So please block me, because some of y'all people, I really thought y'all was good with me. I thought y'all really, pushed me and thought y'all really was there for me, but y'all wasn't. And so I do want y'all to block me. Like I said, I appreciate everybody on this panel. Boss man, I know you want to say something.